Welcome back to the Awesome Possum Classroom, boys and girls. Today we're going to read a story titled The Butterfly Life Cycle. It's a nonfiction story. It is written on a first and second grade level, and it includes a comprehension quiz. The Butterfly Life Cycle is written by Taran Anderson. Here are just a few words to know as we're reading the story. Butterfly, caterpillar, life cycle, mate, pupa, and stages. Now I have a question for you, boys and girls. Where do we find the definition or the meaning of vocabulary words in a nonfiction book? Did you answer in a glossary? Yes, a glossary is where we'll find a lot of words or vocabulary words in nonfiction books. Now, a lot of times what an author will do as they're writing the story, they'll make the vocabulary words or the words to know, they'll highlight them, they'll make them a different color, or they'll make them bolder, brighter somehow. I like to go back in the back of the book where the glossary is and look at the vocabulary words before I read a story. When you do that, you kind of bring some memory about the subject that you're reading to the front of your brain, and it helps you understand and comprehend the story better. Boys and girls, here is the glossary. Now, the glossary is normally found at the back of the book, but like I said, I like to look at the vocabulary words before I read a story. The vocabularies will help my brain generate any ideas or thoughts that I have about the subject that we're reading. That helps you understand or comprehend the story better when you generate an idea of what you're talking or what you're reading about. So let's look at the first word, butterfly. A butterfly is an insect with 4 wings that are bright in color. Notice here, boys and girls, it says P4. That means page 4. We're going to find the word butterfly on page 4. The next word is caterpillar. A caterpillar is the young form of a butterfly or moth, and that is on page 5. Life cycle is the stages of change that a living thing goes through during its life. We'll find that topic on page 4. Mate. That's the partner of an animal. We'll learn about mates on page 14. Pupa is an insect before it becomes an adult. We'll talk about that on page 10. And the last vocabulary word is stages. That's the period of time in the growth of something such as insects. And we'll read about that on page 4. Nonfiction stories have something called a table of contents. A table of contents tells you the chapters in the story. So if we look on page 4, the first chapter is the life cycle, and we're going to learn all about the life cycle of a butterfly starting on page 4. If we want to know about a butterfly's eggs, we'll go to page 5. We'll learn about the pupa on page 9, and we'll learn about the adult butterfly on page 11. The glossary begins on page 16. The Butterfly Life Cycle is written by Taran Anderson. Our focus question is, what is the life cycle of a monarch butterfly? The life cycle. A monarch butterfly has 4 stages in its life cycle. Let's look at this graphic organizer, boys and girls, or a chart. It starts with the egg. It moves to the caterpillar stage. It moves to the pupa stage. And then it moves to the adult stage. That's the life cycle of a butterfly. And remember, the life cycle is the stages in which the butterfly grows. It begins with as an egg, caterpillar, then changes to a pupa, and then finally the adult butterfly. Egg. A female monarch butterfly lays an egg on a leaf. A caterpillar grows inside the tiny egg. The egg hatches in 3 to 12 days. Let's take a look at what the tiny egg looks like, boys and girls. And here you see a picture of the caterpillar hatching from its egg. Let me read the caption to you. A young caterpillar hatches from its egg. A female monarch butterfly usually only lays one egg on a leaf. Now I have a question for you. Why would she only lay one egg on a leaf? Why wouldn't she lay more than one egg on a leaf? That's a question that you need to have in your head and look for the answer as we're reading. The hungry caterpillar eats all the time. First, the caterpillar eats its own eggshell. Then the caterpillar eats the leaf it is on. Here you see the caterpillar eating its eggshell. When he's finished, he's going to eat the leaf. Let me read the caption to you. The young caterpillar eats its own shell. If there are 2 eggs on a leaf, the caterpillar will eat the other eggs first. So let me ask you a question. Why does the monarch butterfly not lay more than one egg on a leaf? The answer is because this caterpillar will eat the egg. Then he'll eat its own shell. Then he'll eat the leaf. The caterpillar grows quickly. Its skin does not grow. The caterpillar's skin splits and peels away. And here is a picture of the caterpillar wiggling out of its old skin. The caption says, the caterpillar puts down sticky silk. The silk keeps the old skin in place while the caterpillar wiggles out of it. And here you see him. He's wiggling out of that old skin. There he is. The new skin is under the old skin. The caterpillar sheds its skin 4 to 6 times. The caterpillar grows for 2 to 4 weeks. And here you go. He's going to shed this skin 4 to 6 times. He's going to lay down that sticky silk and he's going to wiggle out of this 4 to 6 times. It says, did you know? Monarch caterpillars only eat leaves of the milkweed plant. Let me read the caption to you. It says, the caterpillar's bright yellow and black colors warn animals that they will get sick if they eat it. Let's read about the pupa. When the caterpillar is grown, it hangs from a branch. It sheds its skin one last time. The new skin is bright green. So here we go. It's shed its skin the last time, and you can see its new skin is forming, and it's going to be green. See how it's forming? And he's hanging from a tree branch. The caption says, the caterpillar skin splits down its back like a zipper. The green skin becomes hard. The caterpillar is now a pupa. It will stay inside its shell for 1 to 2 weeks. Here you go. The caption says the green pupa looks like a leaf. The color helps it hide from other animals. Adult butterfly. The pupa comes out of its shell. It is now a butterfly. Its wings are wet. Look, the pupa changed colors, didn't it? You could see he's coming out of his shell. And then here he is. And remember, its wings are wet. The caption says the butterfly breathes in air to make its body bigger. Then the shell splits so the butterfly can climb out. The new butterfly rests. The butterfly must hang upside down or it will not be able to fly. Look at how he's resting there. He's hanging upside down. The caption says, while the butterfly hangs, it pushes liquid into its wings to make them unfold. The butterfly hangs for 3 to 4 hours. The sun and air dry its wings. How beautiful they are. The caption says most monarch butterflies' wings are about 4 inches or 10 centimeters from tip to tip. Then the butterfly is able to fly. It flies off to eat. It also searches for a mate. Here you see the butterfly flying off. He's searching for his mate. The caption says, monarch butterflies drink nectar, a sweet liquid made by plants. They sip nectar with a long tongue shaped like a tube. Here you see the long tongue, and it's shaped like a tube. He is drinking the nectar from the plant. A monarch butterfly may only live for 2 to 6 weeks. The female monarch lays her eggs. The butterfly cycle starts again. Here we go with the caption. It says, a female monarch butterfly may lay 400 to 500 eggs in her lifetime. That's a lot of eggs, boys and girls. And you can see these eggs on the leaf. Here's the glossary, boys and girls, that you're going to find at the end of the story. Remember, I put this page at the beginning of the story because I wanted us to become familiar with the different vocabulary words before we read the story. Look at a couple comprehension questions. This first one can be kind of tricky, so I'm going to walk you through it and discuss it with you. The question is, how is the butterfly stage different from the caterpillar stage, and how is it different? Or how is it the same? So how is it different and how is it the same? Let's look at how it's different. And let's think about a caterpillar. What is the caterpillar doing at this stage? He's changing. He's losing his skin. He's going into the pupa stage where he actually will change into the butterfly. So the butterfly stage, he's already got his wings and he's flying and he's laying eggs. The caterpillar stage, he starts as an egg. But at the butterfly stage, They're laying the eggs. How are they the same? Well, what does a butterfly do with his long tube-like tongue? He eats. What does the caterpillar constantly do? He eats. Very good. Let's look at the next question. It says the butterfly hangs and the sun dries its wings. Is this statement a fact or an opinion, and how do you know? Well, remember I told you in other videos that a fact is something that you can prove. And an opinion is something you think, and other people may not believe what you think. So we can prove that a butterfly hangs and dries in the sun because we can go outside and we can watch a butterfly do that. So that is a fact. Let's look at the next question. Why does the caterpillar need to eat so much? Well, this question is called an inferencing question, and the answer is not in the book. You have to use what you know and what the text tells you to figure out the answer. So, why does the caterpillar need to eat so much? Okay. We know he eats. He eats his shell, he'll eat the eggs of other caterpillars, and he'll eat leaves, and he'll keep eating and eating and eating, because what is he doing? He's growing. Just like you grow, you have to eat. And some of you eat a lot. You eat to grow, and that's why the caterpillar has to eat so much, so that he has the energy and strength to grow. Let's go to the next question. What part of a butterfly's life cycle is the most interesting to you, and why? I want you to think about that question before you go to the next page, and maybe jot it down on a piece of paper so you'll remember. Boys and girls, let's look at the first question. It says, what is the main idea of this book? Remember, in other videos, we had lessons on what is the main idea. And the main idea of a story is what the story is mostly about. Now, to find a main idea for nonfiction stories is not that hard. A lot of time with nonfiction stories, if you look at the title of the story will help you find the main idea. Another way to find the main idea in nonfiction stories is to find things that repeat over and over again in the story. So maybe that will help you find the main idea of this story. So it says, what is the main idea of the story? It says A monarch butterfly flies off to eat and find a mate. B, a monarch butterfly has 4 stages in its life cycle. Or C, a monarch butterfly lays 1 egg on each leaf. What was this story about? Was it about a butterfly flying off and finding its mate? Was it about the stages of the life cycle of a butterfly? Or was it about a butterfly laying eggs on 1 leaf? What do you think? If you said B, you are absolutely correct. This entire book was about the 4 different stages of a butterfly. Let's look at question number 2. What happens after the caterpillar becomes a pupa? A, the caterpillar sheds its skin 4 to 6 times. Does that happen after it becomes a pupa or while it's a caterpillar? B, the caterpillar grows inside a tiny egg. Does that happen while it's a caterpillar or when it's a pupa? Or C, the pupa comes out of its shell as a butterfly. What happens after the caterpillar becomes a pupa? If you're not sure, I want you to pause the video and I want you to go back into the story and find the answer. Okay? A, the caterpillar sheds its skin 4 to 6 times. B, the caterpillar grows inside the tiny egg. Or C, the pupa comes out of the shell as a butterfly. If you said C, your answer is correct. Let's look at question number 3. Why did the author write this book? To entertain readers with stories about butterflies? Was it to inform readers about a butterfly's life cycle? Or was it to persuade readers to buy butterflies as pets? Why did the author write this book? To entertain, to inform, or to persuade? If you said B, to inform, you are absolutely correct. Good job. Let's go to question number 4. What does the hungry caterpillar eat first? A, its own shell. B, the leaf it's on. Or C, the branch it hangs on. I want you to think about the pictures, boys and girls. There was a picture at the very beginning of the story. Was it its own shell, the leaf it's on, or C, the branch it hangs on? If you said A, its own shell, you are absolutely correct. Good job. Let's look at question number 5. Read this sentence. A monarch butterfly has 4 stages in its life cycle. The life cycle is A, the specific periods of time in the growth of an insect. B, the partner of an insect. Or C, the stages of change that an insect goes through during its lifetime. Now, boys and girls, you can go back into the glossary. You can pause the video, go back into the glossary, and see if you can find life cycle in the glossary. That's going to give you the answer. A, the specific periods of time in the growth of an insect. B, the partner of an insect. Or C, the stages of change that an insect goes through during its life. The life cycle. If you said C, you are absolutely correct. Good job. That's the end of our story, boys and girls. I hope you learned something about the life cycle of a butterfly. Thank you for reading along, and come back another day for a new story from the Awesome Possum Classroom. Have a great day. Bye-bye.